Here we are on location, just getting ready to start. Got all my stuff here, and it's pretty cold today, and just going to paint. Okay. Measuring tape. I measure. It's a 4 foot, so it's 12, 24, 36, and then I measured the other points just to give myself a sense of the grid work of the painting. Here is the grid work. I've mapped it out with the basic elements of the painting for points of perspective to give a framework. Here's a photo I took. I took about 40 pictures, and then I got exactly what I wanted. So then I found my location. I fold it up, I fold it up, and that gives me a grid work of it. You'll see there's all a bit of grid work to the photograph, and that gives me all my points of 25, 50, 75% of the scale of everything in my, and then that's how I kind of map it out. Hope that helps. Time to start painting. It's a bit of a cheating way to do it, but I just take a thing and I fold it into a square. And by just folding it into a square like that, you end up having all the grid work of all your 50%, 25, 75, halfway, your horizon. You can see everything that way. It's just a bit of a cheater. I find that really useful. I took many photographs. I wanted to get that exact space. All those little details of the space here, the space over there, everything I wanted. Yeah, it was just, I took many pictures to figure out exactly the space up here, all those things. So I found exactly where anyways, just so it breathes, so the painting stays active in all those different little places and everything. That's what I was trying to do. I start really loose so that everything's kind of abstract, and I just start mapping it out. It allows it, you don't commit to anything and you can move things around a lot. It enables more flexibility and just painterly. Here you'll notice that a lot of snow particles have gotten into the actual paint itself. That's a bit of a problem, but it eventually melts. We had a lot of snow, and it's blowing off the rooftops and things off the buildings. You can't really see it, but it is. The snow's blowing. Anyways, without making you too dizzy, all I'm doing is I'm slowly building in the form and the structures of things, and kind of like a collage format. All the detail comes out of form. Okay, I don't commit to anything too intensely. It's all loosely painted. That way I'm able to push things around and put things better in proportion. Here is my transport unit. I bring all my materials, and I'll just get the painting out. Hold on. And there's my van, so that they get transported nicely. Just so you see, I built this. It's easel and everything. Here we go. My iPad actually froze, so I could not continue documenting it. But here it is back after working. What I do is I try to use earth colors like ochre, yellow ochre, red iron oxide, burnt umber, and when you mix those colors with other pigments, they act as a cicative color, which is by mixing two pigments together, you take on the properties of it drying quicker. And certain colors, when you build a house, you use concrete as a foundation, and then you build it up to have kind of fat over lean, so those colors are really good for building the initial stages of a painting. I try to keep it very loose and free. I start building up the painting, and I use colors that are transparent so that it gives more depth and shadows and things, and I just slowly start making it. The blue is a phthalocyaning blue lake. I think it's, what pigment is it? PB 15.1 pigment mixed with titanium white and zinc white. That's the blue there. I put in things to thin it out to just allow it to kind of move and have freedom, and I slowly build up the textures. You somehow have to wait for it to dry a little bit, and just slowly building up the textures and moving everything around and keeping it really loose and free, and just adding the blues, the yellows, the reds, the different kinds of reds. Anyways, thank you. Here is the finished painting at home. I spent a month on it. I went there 9 times, worked on it for 9 days. It -33 a couple days, snow blizzards other days. It was difficult. It definitely was a challenge. I feel really, initially what attracted me to the painting or the subject matter was this boring crosswalk. I really love that, and I found that incredibly hard to render. It was just really difficult. But after scraping it away and redoing it and attacking it and then scraping it away and then using the paint on the palette knife that was garbage, I reused it and it gave me the right mix, and I just kept pushing and pushing. When it gets really cold and it's -33 is when I did these kind of swoops or drips. You'll see this huge drip and spaghetti of paint. And that only really happens at really cold temperatures to get those types of effects. It's one of the great things about painting outside on location during the winter, is that the paint, some of the pigments become like molasses, particularly white. Titanium white and zinc white really behave like that. Not so much with the artist quality paint. The artist quality paint tends to stiffen up and acts more like kind of butter, but the cheaper student quality that has a more barium sulfate and magnesium stearate, and which are waxes and extenders, they just behave differently, and they have a larger oil content, so you get these, you can really play with it. It becomes more like marshmallow. It's a lot of fun. Really it's nice just to get the different colors. I have that hint of blue, the red, the yellow, all the different reds, the earth tone reds on the sidewalk here. I found it very hard to build this space. The perspective kind of troubled me for a while. Now the thing that I love about winter, and one of the things why I love painting outside so much, is that you can really have fun with interpreting the sky and the falling snow, and how you can take a a landscape or like a still life in this effect, because everything's still, but you can really push those boundaries of where that line is. You can merge the subject matter and make the clouds kind of dissipate or erode or unify or become a spider's web with the actual landscape. And that can also be played out throughout and give the painting a sense of freedom. And those are the things that really excite me, and one of the reasons why I go out and paint and freeze my nuts off. Well, I wouldn't say my nuts off, but my fingers get very cold. No Freudian slip there. Anyways, ha ha ha, joke. Here is, yeah, I just love the detail. I love just kind of sculpting paint and making it work, and putting all those colors together and the transparencies and things. Anyways, thank you, and I appreciate you taking the time out. If you Google my name or you go on Facebook, you'll see more of my stuff. Just type in Patrick John Mills, and if you add me as a friend, I will accept. And I hope that you have as much fun as I do as painting. It really is a joy.